Phighting Phorensics is a series that I am doing which is going to tell you the basics of each character and how to play said character, while also giving good general tips. At the end of the day, this game is meant to be fun. Play how you want to play. And if there's any tips of your own, please leave a comment down below to share with others. This guide will be focusing on who is Scythe? Scythe is another assassin-like fighter, being able to have high mobility to catch up to her targets and deal good damage to take them out quickly. What makes Scythe special is her two different stances. One stance being close range with her scythe, having mobility and good sustainable damage, while the other stance is for long range, being able to shoot people that are far away from you or to stop people from running away. Both of these stances, used correctly, can make Scythe a strong character no matter what the range of the enemy is. If you like playing an assassin-like character with mastery of both close and far range, then Scythe might be the one for you. Do keep in mind, Scythe has a moderate skill floor because of the two stances, which is good if you want more of a challenge. But if you're new to the game and if you really like Scythe, then practicing and playing this character will be more fun and beneficial in the long run than playing an easy character that you may or may not like. So if you think Scythe looks cool, but you're still new and struggle, just keep on going, and I know that you can do it. Passive, Eye on the target. A random enemy will have an icon set on them, allowing the icon to be seen through walls, knowing the position of the enemy. Attacking the person with the mark will give Scythe ammo, and the first hit gets an additive damage bonus. The mark will go away and mark another person if you don't attack them after a while or they die. This passive is pretty insane because you essentially have wall hacks on whoever the passive marks. And with the bonus damage and ammo you get from attacking the marked target, it's good for you keeping your special resources up. The second part of the passive is the ammo. The ammo can slowly fill up over time until it reaches the cap, or you can fill up your ammo by M1ing the marked target in Scythe form. The more ammo you have, the more you are able to use your skills, bringing more DPS. But we'll talk about how extra ammo affects each skill when we get to it. The third part of the passive is that you get a speed boost if you're far from the person that's marked. You can tell if you're in range of the speed boost if the icon is big. If the icon is small, the speed boost will go away. Scythe has two stances. I'll go over Scythe form first since you spawn this way. Left click, harvest. Swing your scythe, dealing damage. You are also able to deal bonus damage if you land it using the tip of the blade, making a ding noise when successfully hit. You can get a big DPS increase if you manage to continually hit this sweet spot, but sometimes it will be hard to do. So it's fine to get consistent smaller damage being close to the target than missing a bunch of hits from trying to get that one sweet spot. The left click also have some interesting movement inputs. Holding a direction and left clicking will slide Scythe towards that direction you inputted. At first, this may feel weird, sliding in a direction and somewhat feeling like you're locked out of your movement for a bit. But once you get used to it, the M1s feels like you're performing a dance, and somewhat making you harder to hit as a target, or just helping you close the distance towards the target. And it can also help you climb objects over a little bit. Do keep in mind, if you're looking at the ground while M1ing, you're gonna move slower. Q ability, Flat Hat. Jump backwards and shoot out a projectile. Continue to hold the button to fire extra projectiles, consuming 50 ammo for each extra slash. These projectiles are pretty big, so if the target is running away and you don't want to switch to your rifle mode, you can just use this move to finish them off. Since this move makes you jump backwards 180 your camera if you want to continue to stay close to your target. Or use this move as movement, such as getting onto high ground, or as an escape if needed. E ability, Chasing Flourish. Dash forward, dealing damage, then slashes in an area around you, dealing additional damage. You can use 50 ammo to dash extra times. This can help you get into melee range while also giving you some extra DPS, or combining this with the Q ability for some great movement for running or just getting around the map. The AoE slash after the dash can be cancelled by any move, so make sure you wait so the AoE goes off to squeeze in some more DPS. Ultimate, Stalking Ambush, the better ult. Break the fourth wall by smiling into the camera, then go into stealth while also gaining a huge speed and jump boost. While invisible, you won't be able to use your abilities, but if you left click, teleport toward your enemy and deal damage. The enemy that you attacked will now have the passive marked on them now. Now, the main use of the ultimate is to chase and finish off targets. With the huge speed, it's going to be hard for the enemy to run away. Speaking of running, this ultimate is also great for running too, because the invisibility it provides. On other characters, I normally don't recommend using your ultimates at low HP, but Scythe's ultimate animation is pretty short, giving you the opportunity to walk around a corner, pop your ult, and run away. And after you run away, you can wait a bit and jump back into the fight again, and possibly get a sneaky pick. Another great thing about Scythe's ultimate is that it recharges really fast, so don't be afraid to use your ult. Right click, Switcheroo. This move lets you switch between Scythe and rifle mode. Please keep in mind, when you switch, there is a very slight end lag, I don't know if this is the word, but you can't use your moves for a bit, which is funny because Coil could just spam through his modes without any drawbacks. So before switching, make sure it is really worth the switch. An example of this is if the enemy is low and running away, and if you're not in melee range. Instead of switching modes and having the possibility of them running away and getting healed, you could use the Scythe mode's Q, since the AoE of it's bigger than the normal bullets. Also, it's less aim. Lastly, both forms have separate cooldowns, so you have the ability to use one move in one form, then switch to the other, and those won't be on a cooldown. Now, the rifle form. Important, you cannot passively regen ammo past 50 if you're in rifle mode, which makes no sense because we want to be in rifle mode 24/7. Left click. Fire your gun. The longer you hold the button down, the less accurate the gun will become. This is pretty good around mid to longer range if you have the aim for it. This move consumes ammo, so don't waste all your ammo in one go. Q ability.
A bullet.
Charge a bullet that can stun and deal knockback the longer you charge it. This move also consumes ammo based on how long you charge it. Even though this move can stun and knock back, I only use this move as a precision shot instead. But if you want to be more helpful for your team, you can use this move for peel. But be honest, would your team peel for you? E ability. Bullet Blaze. For some reason, her rifle has the ability to turn into a shotgun, like a shotgun in any game, you want to be using this as close as possible for the most amount of damage. This move eats up a lot of ammo, so only use this as self-defense if somebody's right up in your face. Ultimate Final Serenade, Death Blossom. Scythe blows you a kiss, then goes die, 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 spinning around, shooting in a circle, dealing damage. This ultimate deals a lot of damage and has good kill potential from it, but the ultimate suffers from its poor range, being easy for people to just walk away from it, and you're slowed while casting the ult, so it's pretty easy for people just to shoot you. It is satisfying to get multiple kills with this ult, but in my opinion, you can get more value from the ult from Scythe form. If you really want to use this ult, try to wait for a couple of people to be grouped up, then you can use it. But don't try to make it look obvious that you're going to ult. The biggest tip I can give you for Scythe is to know how to conserve your ammo. Don't stay in rifle mode 24/7 spamming bullets, but make sure you keep some ammo to be able to use your enhanced versions of your skills if you need it. Now, my playstyle is more of a close range style that uses Scythe form more than rifle. I do this because Scythe mode, in my opinion, is way better than rifle. I only use rifle if they are out of my melee range. So this playstyle is like a typical assassin like flanker, but this time you'll want to go after whoever your passive is targeting, so you can get your ammo count up faster and possibly get a pick. Scythe is a squishy character if you don't play her correctly, so don't try to 1v5, just try to get kills from the backline like the supports or ranged characters, while also focusing on getting kills / dealing damage to be able to build your ult fast, so you can cast your ult to engage on new targets or finish off any runners / stealing somebody else's kill. Speaking of runners, Scythe is really good at chasing, whether that be using Scythe skills to catch up to somebody or using rifle mode to just finish them off from afar. So don't be afraid to chase kills because you have the ability to actually chase them, unlike a certain guy I know. Team compositions. Scythe is a character very capable of handling things on her own, but if you have friends to play with, here are some decent team comps. Scythe plus any other dive character like Skateboard, Biograph, Coil, and heck, even Sword if he's fast enough. The Scythe player will tell whoever the passive is marked, and both of you will go and jump that person that's marked. The other one isn't really a team comp, but it is still teamwork. Scythe plus any tanky character like Katana or BANHAMMER, or possibly both. The tanky guy can go in and distract the enemy team, so there will be less focus on Scythe, so the Scythe can freely deal damage and get kills from behind. Combos. Scythe is a character that has moves that can be situational, better used in different scenarios like chasing and shooting from afar. Scythe's M1s can deal a lot of damage if you consistently hit the sweet spot, so you can just ignore doing combos and just focus on M1s for the bulk of your damage. But for the guys that want to look flashy, for those epic clip montages, I'll give you an example of a combo. Mainly because swapping between forms takes too long. Make sure you're at high ammo. Scythe Combo. M1 sweet spot, E, and let the dash part actually hit and the AoE play out. Then hold Q for as long as you can while staying close to the target. M1 again if there's still HP. You can also start this combo if you have your ult, but you'll be wasting a lot of resources at this point. Rifle combo number 1 if you have decent tracking. Hold M1 until you feel like the spread is getting too bad. Now fully charge your Q. Yeah, that's it. Rifle combo number 2. If you have bad aim, get as close as you can while holding M1. Once you're super close, E to shotgun. Repeat until out of ammo or you're getting bored. Then ult for the funny. Combined combo. Start in Scythe form. M1 sweet spot. E and let the dash part actually hit and the AoE play out. Hold Q for as long as you can while staying close to the target. Once the Q's finish, while you're falling down, switch to rifle mode. E for shotgun, or hold M1 depending on how close you are to the target when you land. Now, the optimal DPS combo, quotation marks. Hold M1 sweet spots. M1, M1, M1. This is a Roblox game. You don't have to sweat your brains out to do decent damage. Even if you can't hit the sweet spot 100% of the time, you're still doing decent damage. So don't be ashamed or sad or any negative emotion that you can't hit these good combos. You're here to have fun. Just remember that. I hope you learned something from this video. So now ride out into the sunset with Scythe. Hey yo, what you doing now? Hey, what you doing now? Breathe, pressure in the back line.